If you already registered to vote and you haven't moved, you do not have to re-register each time. You're set. Now, on the other hand, if you've moved, you do need to re-register. Some of that's being taken care of by our new legislation, automatic voter registration, but you do want to check that. So if you have moved, you might automatically be updated, but you want to check it to make sure. But also keep in mind that now the state has another really good thing. We have election day registration. So if some reason that you don't get registered, you can still vote in the polling place on election day. It's called election day registration. You just come in this case you would need ID, and you register and vote on election day. You need 2 forms of identification. The key is one of them with your current address. So for example, you might have moved, but your current address might be on an electric bill or a gas bill, that kind of thing. When you vote, you do not have to vote for all of the races. People always ask that. Let's say you want to skip a state rep or a state senator. You can skip any of the races that you want, and all of the votes that you did mark will count. And remember, when you get through voting, whether it's on the paper ballot or the touchscreen, you can look at all your choices in case there's one that you maybe forgot about and change your mind. You do want to vote for it. No, if you have the right to skip races, and all your other votes will count. People often ask, okay, can I vote anywhere in Cook County? Now let's make it clear. For example, my jurisdiction as county clerk is suburban Cook. Okay, so if you live in suburban Cook, you can vote in early voting. You can vote at any one of those 53 sites. You could be visiting, you could live north and visiting your mom, for example, that lives way south. You could pick any site, okay? But it has to be within suburban Cook. On the other hand, if you live in the city of Chicago, you can pick any one of those 51 sites, including the big one downtown. But if you're suburban, you can't go in the city to vote early, and if you're in the city, you can't go to the suburbs. Now, of course, on election day itself, you have to go to your local precinct. And remember, both as county clerk as well as the City Board of Elections, both of us mail out something to all the registered voters, which tells you where your polling place is. And if there's something changed in the last couple of weeks, we would send you an extra notice, because sometimes there could be a fire or something else. But so we notify you that, but any questions, you want to make sure you call or check emails and so forth, so you know to go to the right polling place. Another question many people ask about is people that might have had a felony. What happens with them? One of the good things about Illinois law is if you've done your time, you can vote. So keep in mind, if you had a felony and you've done your time and you're out of being incarcerated and so forth, you can register and vote just like anybody else. The vast majority of people at the Cook County Jail have not been found guilty of anything. So we work very hard with Tom Dart and the sheriff's people to make sure anybody in the jail at that particular time can vote, again, if they've not been convicted of anything. This is a very important issue around the country. There are some states that almost never let tens of thousands of people vote for, in some cases, very minor infractions that might have happened 20, 30, 40 years ago. That is a major scandal around the country. It's much more common in southern states. It's part of an unfortunate heritage to particularly deny blacks the right to vote. There are many good people around the country that are trying to improve that process. But here in Illinois, you can vote if you've done your time. How do I know all this stuff on the ballot? Okay, again, if you go to our website, you can look up your ballot with everything on it. So you can look at your virtual ballot online. That helps people to know ahead of time what is going to be on when they show up at the polling place. Okay, so they will see all these various candidates, and they will see, of course, referendum, if there's a referendum in your particular township or precinct. Again, we think it's wonderful that we get a chance in this country to vote, and I hope you get the chance to do so.